Good morning, my friends. Welcome to another edition of Chen-Schaab. So today we are going to look at a monster called the Harpy. So in Greek and Roman mythology, the Harpy is a half-human, half-bird creature that was created by Zeus to torment evildoers and to carry them away for punishment. So the Harpies are usually depicted as women. So the top half of the body is a woman, and her arms has mutated to form these wings, and the lower half is that of a bird's, and with the bird's legs and feet, and sharp claws and talons. So let's take a look at some different types of harpies and how we could draw them. So over here you can see this is the classical approach to drawing the harpy. It has a woman's body, but the lower half of the body here would be the part of the bird. So you can see this would be plumage, and then coming down would be the long, slender bird-like leg, coming down to bird-like feet with the talons. And of course it has these tail feathers. And you can see that the arms here have mutated. It doesn't have hands, but it has this weird sort of finger-like appendages that have been fused into the wing, and this is how it looks with the wings stretched out like that. So this is the way we will approach drawing a very classical rendition of a harpy, but there are many different types of interpretation. In modern times, there are people who like to draw harpies with a more bat-like wing, and this part would still be the bird. And of course, it would even add a reptilian tail. So depending on your preference, you can do any one of these designs. But today, we will look at how to draw a very classical looking harpy. So the first thing we're going to do, we're just going to block out the human form. Say, okay, so I'm going to add the head over here. So the arms are kind of mutated, and the harpy doesn't have a hand anymore. So it comes down and it's just this bat-like wings, if you like. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing a harpy that is flying in the sky. So it has bird feet. So look at pictures of how the feet look like, and it's very important, it has very sharp talons in the end. And then we have the tail So this one is done with the bat-like wings, but you can do the feather wing if you like. But I think why don't we do something different today and go for like a hybrid, like maybe half bird, half bat. That sounds interesting. So I'm gonna have like feathers coming out here like that. And then feathers here, and over here is bat wings. Okay, so this is the blocked out image, and then let's just work on the face. So it's a standard woman's face. And then I like to draw them with really sharp ears because it kind of looks kind of different, like a little bit more monstrous like. And then for the hair, it could essentially be any kind of design you like. Right over here, I like to do the hair like flaring out, so it's very dramatic. Just have the hair flaring out like that. Okay. And then over here, the chest, I want to have feathers coming out from the chest. So what you're going to do, you're just going to do it this way, and then have the feathers coming out this way. Okay. So I'm just going to erase this. So you can see this feather over here like that. Okay. And then the body, the shoulder here. I'm not going to put any armor on this, just the form of the harpy. And right over here, we're going to do this jagged edge line because the bottom half would be the bird. So we're just going to do the plumage here. Okay, and we're just going to use these lines, zigzag lines, to indicate the plumage. Okay. And over here, the arm. Is going to, I'm just going to darken the lines that I want. Okay. And over here at the elbow, it can have a little growth coming out too, so it has this part sticking out like feathers. And you could make the wings look a bit torn. Okay. And over here we have the legs coming out. So very thin but light legs. And it's going to come to a claw at the end. With just really sharp talons. And you know I like to tip my talons and darken it to give it more visual impact. And then of course the legs would have these rings, right, to make it look really bird-like. Okay, I'm gonna do the other leg over here. And then we have the tail coming up this way. And let's firm up the arm over here. Alright, so you fleshed out the harpy. So now what you want to do right now is to look at it and clean it up a little bit and add on more details. So I've cleaned out my drawing a little bit and I've added some shading. So right now what I want to do is to clean up the picture, take away all the lines that do not work, all the guidelines, get rid of it. And then for the lines that are working very well. So right here I've touched it up and I have decided to add some patterns to the feathers. So I'm having like this black colored tip and bands on the tail feathers. Make it a little bit more interesting. And then I've tipped the wingtips, shaded it darker color. Just kind of gradually fade out like this. Okay, and then just look at the body and just decide where you want to have the shading. I'm going to have some shading to really emphasize the arms by making it a little bit darker, right? Like that. And over this side too. And then we could do the hair. So I'm going to leave some highlights here. This is how it's going to look like. And you could really do some hard lines and, you know, indicate the strands of hair. And then we're gonna do some shading, the collarbone, underneath the neck. Just lightly. So here for the plumage, I would shade it, alright? So it looks like a darker color, because the human flesh tones would be the lightest. So I would say color up. So I would say if this is a color illustration, it would be like brown. But since this is black and white, I'm just going to show you what it looks like shaded. Okay. And you want to add more details by doing little feathers, the shape to indicate the plumage. So you can just add in some feathers. You don't have to fill it all up, you just have to put a couple to give the feel. Right? Just like that. Okay. Right? And the legs, you could shade it to give it more definition. The underside could be darker. So again, slowly consider which part would have shadow and which part has reflections, have light. I like to keep tones to make it really impressive, deadly tones. And this is how your completed harpy would look like. So that's it. I hope you guys had fun today drawing the harpy, and yeah, I look forward to our next session together. So take care and stay safe, and I will catch up with you soon. Have a good day. Bye.